Hello everyone and welcome to my channel or welcome back. Today I'm going through all of what I've melted, my empties and what I didn't empty for the week ending, I want to say 11th, I think, of January. Yeah, probably something like that. Yeah, so I've got a surprising amount of empties just looking at my pile. I actually didn't expect to empty as much this week as I did, so I'll get into it pretty much straight away. I'll start with the one and only clamshell that I emptied. So Pumpkin Parcel Scents, the Imp. So this one is meant to be like a sweet and fruity wine, and I definitely got that. It's quite a sweet one, so it was probably kind of reminded me of like a blackberry cordial or something. Quite nice. It was very strong. I enjoyed it. I don't think I would repurchase it, but it was nice. Then I'll do shot cups now. So I emptied from Dessa's Homespun Scents Pirate Voyage, which is meant to be inspired by some ride at Disneyland. So smell, I think like musty waters and waterlogged wood and spray, like water spray and stuff, which doesn't sound very appealing when I say that, but it smells really good, like just woody and musty, and yeah, really, I really enjoyed it. Really strong, like I used a third of the shot cup. I'm not sure if I'm going to get it again in the next restock that she has, which is like next weekend, but sometime in the future, possibly, probably. Actually, I quite enjoyed it. Next we have, what am I going to do next? Cranberry, okay. So from Kay, Scented Melts Cranberry Zucchini Bread. So this is her own blend of cranberry and zucchini bread. She does a nice zucchini bread, I think. Like nicely, I find there's sort of 3 types of zucchini bread I've found. There's like a very bready one. There's a kind of more spicy one, and then there's one that's quite salty-ish. I think this one is the one that leans, and my favorite type is the sort of, it is salty but it isn't, it's hard to describe, but anyway, I think it's that type. And I don't normally love cranberry, but it works really well in that particular scent. So threw really well, like all of my K's does. Performed really well. Was still throwing when I switched it off. I think I probably will throw that in and repurchase it the next time I order from K's. I've got a few K's here this week. So Cactus Flower and Jade. This one, is aloe and agave and lots of green green floralish kind of notes. It's a super fresh. I think there's like sea salt or something too. Super fresh and just refreshing and amazing. I also melted at the same time as that one from Sweet Sage Scents. I'll talk about the two at the same time. So both Cactus Flower and Jade. So the Sweet Sage Scents, agave, aloe, green leaves, chrysanthemum, and patchouli. I think the notes listed on each were slightly different. I think Kay definitely didn't have patchouli listed as a note in hers. They do smell similar, but the Sweet Sage Scents definitely was more, it's more earthy. This is kind of more earthy green, and this one's more almost like a sea air type thing, but not quite. Love them both threw really well. Like both strong throw, both through for ages. I would repurchase either of those. I'm probably more likely to place an order at K's than I am Sweet Sage Scents. So, and I think this is a sample, so I don't know if this one would be in stock regularly, but I would buy it from either of them. Then I have from K again, Jade, and I also at the same time, so I had half of an ounce of rose quartz and half of an ounce of Jade. So rose quartz smells very fruity, I think I heard someone else describe it as like a fruit punch. I think it might have been Rosie from Rosie's Wax Adventures, another YouTube channel, described it as like fruit punch and love spell. I'm not the biggest fan of love spell, but I can definitely see where she's coming from with the fruit punch. Like, it is quite a nice, like, uplifting kind of fruity scent, not with fizz or anything, but just quite, yeah, just like delicately kind of fruity. Jade is more sort of a clean and green, I think is how I would describe Jade. They went together really well. It was actually a really, really lovely blend. And it threw, you know, for quite a while. You know, I think it was still throwing when I switched it off. Quite strong throw. I think of the two, rose quartz I preferred standalone, so I definitely will repurchase more rose quartz. I'm not so sure about the jade. I might. Like, it blends well. It just wasn't one that, you know, I think I would reach for as much as rose quartz. Then I had another couple that I melted together. So from Pumpkin Parcel Scents, her strawberry and her passion fruit. So her strawberry is quite nice. Like, I wouldn't say it's a super authentic strawberry, but it's not a really, it's not like a really, I found some strawberry scents can be very, I shouldn't film this so late at night, I just don't have words. Some strawberries can be very kind of creamy vanilla, and some of them can be very artificial. Hers is neither of those. It's just, you know, it's on the road to being like a fresh picked strawberry. It's just not quite there. And her passion fruit actually smells like it's got a bit of sugar and a bit of creaminess to it, so it's not a straight passion fruit either. They blended together really nicely. I think throw was probably, it was high. It wasn't like super strong, but it was strong enough. And I think they threw together for about 6 or 7 hours. Probably wouldn't repurchase either of them, just because, I don't know, they were nice, but probably not nice enough to repurchase. And then I melted, so Sweet Sage Scents, Berry Bellini, Jelly Donut, and Zucchini Bread. This one, so when I smell the bag, I'm getting zucchini bread. When I melted it, at least the last time, the first time I think I got Berry Bellini was sort of the strongest. The last time I melted this, it was really, I was getting mostly Jelly Donut out of it. Her zucchini bread, where I said different types of zucchini bread, I like or don't like. Hers is probably not my favourite. I think it is the more bready type. So this was actually throwing really strongly. In fact, I think it threw a lot more strongly the last time I melted it. I think I melted this was like I cut this into 3. The first and second times I don't think it threw as strongly as I did the third time. So maybe cure time benefited it, although it was a July melt. So, you know, anyway. So yeah, I don't know if I would repurchase it just because I'm not the biggest. Her zucchini bread is okay, but it's not my favourite. But, you know, it performed pretty well and it does smell nice. Then I've got so many bags. A lot of them are just like one and done samples though. So Super Tarts White Walkers, which is spearmint, peppermint, fresh mint leaves, and vanilla bean noel. Which is like an anti-me blend. Like, that is just, I think I mentioned in every video how much I'm not a mint fan. I have realised though I actually like, I don't mind fresh mint leaves, and in particular Brandy's fresh mint leaves is quite nice. And I think that's what made this one actually tolerable, because I find spearmint and peppermint usually kind of just to be overwhelming, but they're not here. I'm actually not getting huge spearmint or peppermint vibes off this at all. I think the fresh mint really comes through the strongest. So I actually didn't mind it. And it was like all Super Tarts, it threw really strongly. It was throwing through for sort of over 8 hours. Not something I would repurchase just because I don't need or really want things that minty in my life. But, you know, I didn't feel the urge to switch it off, which I often do with mints. Next we have from Savannah Blue, so Zombie Cookie, which is zucchini bread, cookie dough, and sugar cookies. This one was probably more a cookie blend than zucchini bread. I didn't really get a huge amount of zucchini bread out of it. It smelled quite nice. I'm finding, I got a sampler of her wax, and I'll be honest, I'm finding that I don't get good enough throw out of it. This was probably light, I'd say at best medium, but probably most of the time just light. And after a few hours I couldn't smell it anymore. I am contemplating testing out her new formula because apparently she has improved the throw, so I would be keen to sort of see how that plays out. But old formula, no, I wouldn't repurchase that from that vendor. Next, Vintage Road candles, so green, apple, cucumber, watermelon and cotton candy. This is a very refreshing, very sweet scent. But not, even though it's got cotton candy and things, it's actually not too candy-like. Like the cucumber melon and the watermelon actually do smell kind of authentic. So very refreshing. I think this was probably medium bordering on high. Like I had it in my bedrooms and I could smell it every time I walked in. And I think it threw sort of maybe up to about the 7-hour mark. So I don't know. I liked it. I don't know if I'm going to repurchase that, but it was nice. It's a good summer blend. Then I have so Super Tarts Fake and Bake Mellow Fluff. So again from my Fake and Bake sampler. This one mostly just smells like Fake and Bake. Like I'm sure if I had some Fake and Bake here to compare, there would be a difference, but I didn't pick up anything that was sort of, you know, crying out to be mellow fluff. Like pretty much everything in that sampler, it was really like very strong, like quite very strong throw. I'm pretty sure that one was still throwing when I changed it out. I've got a Fake and Bake Bam bag on the way, so I love Fake and Bake, but you know, don't really need it blended with mellow fluff. Next I have so from Empire Alchemy Wax, Dracanor type shave cream and black coffee. This one smelled so good. Just the best blend. Her black coffee is perfection. I'm not normally a coffee lover. On warm, I think it was definitely in the background. It was more the cologne and the shave cream, but definitely the black coffee was still there. This was definitely on the lighter side for throw. I get pretty good performance out of most of my Empire Alchemy, but every now and then I encounter one that's on the lighter side, and unfortunately this one was. So if she could do this and have better performance, if she ever releases this, I will probably buy it again and just try it again because I really do like the scent. If it continues to perform poorly though, then I wouldn't repurchase it after that, but I would give it another shot. It was really good. Next, so from Ebony Violet, Holy Grail, so Palo Santo and fresh squeezed orange juice. This is it's mostly an orange juice blend, but it's definitely on the drier kind of woody end through that Palo Santo. It's really unique. I really quite enjoyed it. I think it was probably, it's hard for me to judge this time. I think the first time I melted it was sort of medium to strong. This time it seemed to be closer to medium, but I did have it on in a room with an air conditioner and stuff, so that may have been impacting the throw. So I don't think it got high. I got higher than a medium this time. I also felt like it did die off maybe sort of after 4 to 5 hours, but again, sort of hard to judge because of, you know, all of the airflow in the room that I don't normally have. Probably not what I will repurchase. I love Palo Santo, but this isn't one that really screams out as a great, you know, a Palo Santo blend that I want to have again. But, you know, I liked it. Next, I did Candles from the Keeping Room Orange Caramel Zucchini. So this one's beautiful. You know, the caramel doesn't dominate. The orange just gives it a really nice twist. I like her zucchini bread. Yeah, it's a really good one. And all of her wax, it takes a while to warm up for me. Like once you put it in the warmer, you've got to give it a good, up to an hour even sometimes for it to really start to throw. But once it does, it always lasts for quite a while. So it's always still throwing when I change it out, pretty much no matter how long I leave it in. This is a maybe repurchase. Like I have a lot of zucchini bread blends that I love. And this is a really good one. But I don't feel like a super strong urge to repurchase it. Next, so another from Sweet Sage Scents, jelly donut zucchini bread. So similar to the berry bellini one. Fried dough, sugar crystals, vanilla, strawberry jam, filling, and zucchini bread. So this one, funnily enough, this one wasn't as strong as a jelly donut scent as the berry bellini jelly donut zucchini bread one was. So this one, the zucchini bread, I think came through a little bit more. Nice. It was nice. It was probably medium-ish, maybe slightly higher than medium throw, and it threw for quite a while. Probably not going to repurchase again just because her zucchini bread's not my favourite, but it was okay. Next we have, I really have a lot more empties than I thought I was going to this week. So that's Smell Good Shop Blue Lagoon. Now this one I know has like lush foliage and like a lot of watery notes and stuff like that. And it's one of those ones I forget about, but it's actually beautiful. It's actually right up my wheelhouse for, kind of, I love sort of rainforest type scents, and if they've got a sort of a watery or a sea salt note or something, I'm all over it. So I actually do want to repurchase this one. That Smell Good Shop's wax always performs really well for me. It's really great value for money. It's just all round good stuff, and this is one that I kept forgetting about, but yeah, every time I melted it, and this time I had it, and I was like, wow, I really want more of that. So I think I will repurchase that one. It's really good. Next up, so from Rose Girls, I melted a sample black cherry mango Kool-Aid. I was really uncertain on cold on this one because the black cherry smells like cough medicine. Pretty much on cold, it just smelled like cough medicine. Warmed up, honestly, I couldn't smell it. Like, it just didn't throw. And I find I have that issue with, I find her bakery performs really well, but her fruitier scents just don't perform in my home. I don't know what it is. And this one was probably the worst. Like, I really could not smell it at all. So, no, I would not repurchase this from Rose Girls. Next, I did this was like a sample, Drops of Jupiter. So, actually, I think I'm missing a shot cup. Oh well, because I did, anyway. So lavender, sandalwood, coconut, Jack Frost, fairy dust type, and marshmallow fireside type. Lots of stuff in it. And it all did kind of blend together. I did notice some Jack Frost, so it's like a Yankee type peppermint scent. And to be honest, I'm learning that that's a peppermint a mint that I can actually get behind. Like a mint that actually I'm enjoying. It's not overpowering in any way. So I think I'm going to keep an eye out for blends that have Jack Frost in it because I actually am enjoying it. Never thought I'd say that, but here we are. But definitely this one, it was a bit woodsy, definitely lavenderish. That Jack Frost was there. It was just a really nice kind of comforting scent. The throw was somewhere between medium and high. I actually can't really talk about how long that one threw for because I think I ended up having to switch it off at 3 hours. Yeah, and I can't even, it's a long story as to why, but not the wax's fault. I just ended up having it changed over earlier. So I possibly would repurchase that one actually. I quite enjoyed it. And obviously I feel like I didn't get to do it justice. Next I have from Candles from the Keeping Room, pink strawberry chiffon. So I know this one is pink sugar, fresh picked strawberry, and pink chiffon. I really enjoyed this one. It was this one came as a sample, and you do get, I think the fresh picked strawberry probably comes out the most, and the pink chiffon. Pink sugar is just kind of there in the background, kind of giving it a bit more weight. Like the other two are quite sort of sweet, you know, sweet and fruity. So pink sugar I find is actually quite a nice sort of anchor. You know, it threw for quite a while, threw really strongly. Don't know if I would buy it. You know, not one I'm, you know, really, I don't think it's gonna cross my mind to get again, but I enjoyed it while I melted it. Super Tarts Jolly Saint Nick. So this was really good. I love this one. It is silver birch, cranberries, sugared cranberries maybe, and frosted sandalwood. So sandalwood, cranberries, silvered birch. I know are three, but it's just I'm loving silvered birch. I've discovered, and I'm not getting like a real tart cranberry scent, but there's just something in there that's like, it's definitely the birch is there first and foremost, but the other notes I think are just, I don't know, making it amazing. I had a little kind of gingerbread man, so a smallish sample, but slightly bigger. Basically, I split it in half, so I did not put much into either of my warmers, and it still threw at sort of medium to high levels for a good 7-8 hours. So as always, you know, fantastic performance from Super Tarts. I do have another clam of this on the way, which I'm really happy about, because I definitely want to have more of that one. If you like Merlin, then I think that one is like related. They've got the silver birch together. I like Jolly St. Nick more than Merlin, I think, but they definitely, I think if you like one, you will like the other. Next, Super Tarts Bake and Bake. So fake and bake with lavender cream, sorry. I wasn't a huge fan of this one. I found the lavender cream really dominates, and I don't think I'm a huge fan. I don't think I like the Super Tarts lavender cream. It's not a lavender that I enjoy. So, you know, it performed really strongly through for ages, but not one I would get again. And I think I will bear in mind that I'm not sure how I don't think I like that lavender cream. Next, I did these two together. So Destination Wax, Macintosh Apple, and Sugar Cookie. Both really, really strong. Yeah, a really strong crisp apple. And then the Sugar Cookie is, yeah, a very, like, probably the strongest of each of those kind of single scents that I've tried. They blended together really quite nicely. Like the Sugar Cookie just gave the Mac Apple just like a really nice sort of creamy, sweet sort of dessert type angle. In terms of throw, I'm not exactly sure what time they died out, because I accidentally left the warmers on when we went out today, but I know that when I left, they'd been melting for about 5 hours and still going okay. When I came back, they'd been melting for maybe 7.5 to 8, and they were, I couldn't smell them when I returned. So there's that. I think I would buy scents from her with either of these in the blends, because I think they're really good scents. I wouldn't buy them solo, just because I'm not into those scents enough to buy them solo. And the last one was from Maple and Wattle. It was J is for James, who took lie by mistake. That one was beignets. I don't know how to pronounce that word. So like pastry, dipped in sugar, followed by tea, I think. And I didn't get a huge amount of scent out of this. I think I got a bit of the sweetness and a little bit of tea, but I don't think it threw super strongly for me. So there's that. Alright, so that's all of the empties. now, and I don't have a huge amount, so I'm hoping I can still knock this out before the video hits the half-hour mark, the stuff that I did not empty. So I have Super Tarts Dr. Jekyll, so fizzy papaya soda and sweet lollipop. This is gorgeous. I have 2 clams of this and I'm so happy. I don't know, I assume the sweet lollipop's in there, but really it's just like it's a fizzy tropical soda scent. Really, really nice. I feel like I don't need to talk about the throw with Super Tarts unless it's anything other than usual, because everything from Super Tarts, 1 cube throws forever. Like, it's just fantastic. So I absolutely would, I mean, look, 2 packs of that with 1 cube per warmer is going to last me quite a while, so I won't be repurchasing anytime soon, but I definitely would. Buster, so Super Tarts Buster, which is black cherry float, zucchini bread and frosted cupcake. This was so good. Now, I'll say I kind of understand when people... So I was talking about zucchini bread earlier and how there's like a salty type. And I think I can understand, and this blend kind of makes me think, some people say that they don't like zucchini bread and cornbread because it smells like corn chips, or it smells like feet, I've heard people say. And while, for the record, this does not smell like feet to me, but it does have this salty element that I can kind of understand why someone's nose might go that way. But for me, I love it. It's freaking addictive. I think the zucchini bread in this one is the strongest, but you definitely get a sweetness from the black cherry, and it's not like a Dr. Pepper black cherry like that Rose Girls was. It's really nice. I don't know about the frosted cupcakes. I assume they're there, but for me it was just like a really, really nice zucchini bread with a bit of that sort of creamy black cherry. So good. Definitely would repurchase. Then we have Cabin in the Woods. So crisp apples, leaves with a touch of pumpkin and lemon. This one is a really nice apple blend. It smells very similar. To me, it smelled almost the same as Thief, which is another Super Tarts apple blend, which also smells pretty much the same as L3 Waxy Wonders Season of the Witch. Just that sort of apple and leaves blend. The other notes with all of them, it's the apples and the leaves that dominate. You don't get, to me, I think there's blue sugar in Thieves, there's pumpkin and lemon in this one, and the L3 Waxy Wonder is just apples and leaves. To me, it's apples and leaves. I've said that so many times now. They are the really dominant notes. So for that reason, I probably wouldn't repurchase this. Or maybe I would. I like the scent. I don't need to have it 3 times. And I like it in the L3 Waxy Wonder scoop format. So I might keep getting that one if I do keep repurchasing. Next, I have... I'm not going to get through this in 30 minutes. That's okay. I'll push on. Sorry. Southbound Candle Co. Naughty or Nice. So this is Japanese grapefruit, spring melons, rose, lotus blossoms, lily of the valley with notes of bamboo and white musk. This is beautiful. Really gorgeous, fresh. It is a floral, but the grapefruit and the spring melons just make it really, not zesty, but just crisp and not like a typical floral. Really, really good, really strong throw, performed really well. I think I would repurchase this. If I do purchase from Southbound and she has it, I reckon I wouldn't go out of my way to order it, but if it was available, I think I would. Then I had, Super Tarts 90210, so peachy coconut smoothie, cotton candy and seaside. To me, this one smelled mostly like a creamy peach, almost like creamy peach and melon. And yeah, it was nice. It was a really nice for a warm day. Performed really well, like all my Super Tarts does. I did really enjoy it for the weather. It's not one that I would go crazy for, or to get in restocks and stuff like that, but I wouldn't mind if I had more of that. you know, once I run out of this. So it's a maybe as to whether I would repurchase it. Then I did, so I am on the home stretch, I promise. So Empire Alchemy Forest Wanderer. So clean redwoods and cypress, oak moss and sandalwood. So this one is just a really nice, it's the cypress that I think I like so much. Just woodsy and yeah, definitely kind of a deep, almost smoky woodsy kind of scent. I really enjoy her cypress. Like if you've had cypress in any of her blends before, it comes through really strongly in this one. Like I can smell the other bits as well, but there's just this really distinctive note to the cypress that she uses that I'm picking up there. I've got another shot cup after this. I'd say this one was medium to high, somewhere in between the two for throw. And I think it threw for quite a while. I can't remember exactly how long it lasted for, but I don't remember it dying off super quickly. She does quite a few different scents like this. So as to whether I would get this one or maybe one of the others, you know, the Hinoki I think in some ways was sort of similar but smokier. I like always having scents like that on rotation in my house, but I'm not super fussed as to which ones they are. So maybe a repurchase. Then another one, so from Empire Alchemy again, Velicor. I should look up how to pronounce that before I make a fool of myself. Cedarwood, teakwood, hint of leather, parchment, mahogany, and hint of mint. So smell of the wistful feeling of being in an old bookstore is what this is inspired by. And it's so nice. Like her woodsy blends are my favourite. She does the best. Like she is the master. And the leather just makes it, just rounds out that bookstore feeling. I really enjoyed it. It was actually quite a strong throat. Not everything I have of hers throws really strongly. Sometimes it's sort of medium to high, but this was quite a strong throw. And it lasted for quite a while as well. So I think I would repurchase this one. It's not like at the top of my... I've got a couple of Empire Alchemy scents that are like at the top of my list, like Huntress and Headless Horseman. I wouldn't say it's at that level, but it was quite nice. Next, I have L3 Waxy Wonders Oregon Autumn. Crisp, clean, fresh fallen leaves with a hint of rain. This is one of my favourite scents ever. The only way... I first tried it mixed with King of the North, which is like pheromones and rainstorm, I think. And it is actually better with that. It's even better with that. That is like one of my all-time favourite blends. But this is not far behind. It's just... It's like... It is like fresh fallen leaves with a hint of rain, but a little bit of chimney smoke and just this amazing, you know, this amazing autumn, you know, like, it really does bring that feeling of being like at a cabin with a wood fire going, standing outside, smelling the rain and the leaves and just a little bit of that, just a teensy bit of that smoke intertwined. It is so good. Performs super well, like a quarter of a bunt can, you know, will throw forever and really strongly. Definitely, I've actually got a scoop in this as well, so I'm trying to use up the bunt. I think the scoop, because I've got King in the North, the plan is to sort of use those two to blend, so I might need to get some standalone of Oregon Autumn as well, because I love it so much. Next, I have Vintage Chic Scents Red Delicious Apple Suds. So fresh laundry blended with sweet spun sugar, red delicious apples and fluffy marshmallows. I haven't had a huge amount of luck with her suds blends, but I really like this one. The laundry doesn't dominate. It's definitely there, but the apple, I think, tones it down from being too harsh. Actually quite, I'd say high throw for this. It's actually been throwing really well, and it's lasted really well today. It was still going when we got home. I think I would repurchase it. Some of what I've gotten from her lately has been a little bit hit and miss, but this one was really good. Last two. I can't believe this video has gone on for so long. Tea Time Tart, Sleepy Hollow. So lavender chamomile, vanilla bean Noel, and Palo Santo. Oh my god, this was good. The Palo Santo is definitely strong in there, but the kind of herbal lavender chamomile just, oh my god, so good. So strong, through for ages. If she does it again before she goes on, like, I think she's going on maternity leave partway through the year, I would buy so much of this. So good. And this one as well. Seaside Paradise, Velvet Sugar, Driftwood, Mahogany, Red Pepper, Golden Amber, and Tonka. I cannot put my finger on what it is that makes this one so special, but it's very unique, but at the same time it reminds me of something. It's got... I don't know whether it's the golden amber or if it's the velvet sugar or the red pepper or all of it together, but it's kind of got this, I think it reminds me of a perfume that I've smelled. Like, it's a little bit woodsy, but it's got this kind of sweet, perfumey kick to it that's just amazing. So yes, definitely performed super well. I would rebuy bags and bags and bags of that one if I could. Really good. I have amazing luck with the wax performance of her wax. It always does super well for me. So that's it. I don't know why it took me so, I don't know, way more empties than what I thought. Go figure. So thanks for watching. Have a great week. Bye.